This is my in-laws' garden that my husband and I, Mr. Silver Tea Gardens, put together, and it needs a little bit of cleanup here. So most of the things we planted, some things my father-in-law had planted. These are plants that people have given them, such as this one right here. This is the amaryllis, and it is doing beautifully in the ground. The bird bath needs to be cleaned. All the leaves, it needs to be remulched. That needs to be done. We've got some geraniums here. I don't think they're going to make it through the winter time. These typically, you can dig these up from what I've read and bring them inside the house and replant them next year. I see some English ivy down here. I believe that's what it's called, the two-tone leafed vines there. So I don't know if that can get out of control. And then we have some rose bushes here that were given to my in-laws, and my father-in-law planted those there, and I think that's a good spot for him. Actually, there's another rose bush, and it's pretty shady over here, so it gets a lot of shade. So we put some shade tolerant things in here, like coral bells. We put some, I think it's called blue note. It looks like grass right now, but it actually blooms these beautiful blue star-like flowers. It's really pretty. There's some more there. And I can see my father-in-law's put some more of the ivy in there and some geraniums. That is a daylily. I think it's called Cosmopolitan, but it needs to be cleaned up. Now, if you look over here in this area, this is azalea bushes. And my husband and I cut these all the way down to the ground, and they sprouted back up, and they've just gone crazy. So they used to be a lot higher than this, and it was a pain to cut these things down. So we decided to cut them all the way down to the ground, and they are back. Now there's a septic tank that runs through here, so we can't just start digging and dig these out because we don't want to damage anything. So we just have to keep cutting these down. If anybody has any suggestions on how to get rid of these without damaging a septic tank, I would be happy to take on your suggestions. So let's walk down here, and I hope there's no snakes in here because they do get snakes. Yeah, it's just an azalea farm down here, so we're gonna have to come back and knock these all the way down to the ground. It's just the summer has just been brutal, so we haven't had a chance to really get up here like we want to and make sure that we can keep all this stuff under control. But we have our work cut out for us. As you can see, all of this has got to be cut down. That's a nice little job right there. So maybe I will make a pot of hearty soup or chili, and we'll come back up and take care of that. Look at this guy. Can you see him? Oh, it won't focus. But there's the spider web. So you have to be careful when you're walking around here. You don't know what you're going to end up getting into. Let's see if you can see them better. I don't know why I can't get this thing to focus. The camera's like wanting to look at something else. Well, there it goes a little bit. So there he is. I don't know what kind of spider that is, and I don't think I want to know. Okay, well, that's the best I could do. Sorry. But at any rate, yeah, so it's a cute little garden, and we decided to do this so that my mother-in-law can look out the window and see something beautiful. So we'll come back and we will clean the garden up and get the leaves out and remulch and make it look pretty again. Mr. Silver Tea Gardens installed this mini retaining wall. Might need to add some more to this so that when we fill it up with mulch that it won't spill over. But it's doing the job. And yeah, this is our little garden here. And this was a gift from us to them. And it's really pretty when the wind blows. And we've got spider webs in the rose bush here. We're gonna have to fix that. But I'm sure the spiders are enjoying it. He's got to get a good meal. So this is a mini garden tour of my in-laws, a little garden. Oh, let me take you down here and show you a couple of trees that we had planted. We bought them. They have a lot of trees on this property, and we bought 4 red maple trees to plant because my father-in-law loses trees like crazy. And so we decided, wow, this tree's really taken off. It's been a while since I've been back here. This tree, I can look at it eye to eye. This is one of them. And it has really gotten tall. Wow. That's going to be a huge tree before it's all said and done. But this is a red maple tree. And then we have another one on this side. This one has taken off too. Oh, we got some moles down there. I see all the mole tunnels. They're looking for grubs. So here is another one. That has really gotten tall. Oh my gosh. It's doing pretty good. So, yeah, there's a lot of trees on this property. A lot of old trees that had to be cut down. And so, in its place, we try to, we wanted to plant some trees because it's very beautiful and foresty out here. If you look down there, there's a pond. I don't know if you can see. There we go. There's a pond down there. And my father-in-law's property goes all the way down to that pond. There used to be a dock, but it needs to be repaired. So nobody really uses it. And then we can go down here. This is all their property. We throw our leaves and sticks and all that. We'll take them down this hill and then they'll just decay. This pile was a lot bigger before, but once it sits and it starts to break down and the pile gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I can guarantee you there's tons of snakes down there. So I try not to go down there unless I have to. But yeah, that's the garden. And it's a beautiful fall day. I hope you can get out in your gardens, because I tell you what, that summer was brutal. And now that the temperatures are coming down, we are able to get in our yards and get them straightened up. And so that is awesome. Here's another. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but the spiders are busy. It must be spider season. All making their beautiful webs, trying to catch their dinner. I don't blame you, spiders. Okay. So yeah, here's another view of the azalea lane, I guess you could call it. Just all over the place. And it's like enveloping here, the little garden. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tour.